Welcome back to MikiDZ podcast,
Episode
89. Hey guys, happy Cinco de Mayo. Huh?
Hey,
Oh,
man.
Cinco de Mayo. Why are you looking at me like we celebrate for me?
I was making my way. I was like, happy Cinco de Mayo.
That was a really slow turn to me.
Mickey, what are you doing today?
How are you celebrating today?
No. Cinco de Mayo, the Americans, white people took that shit from every Hispanic.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
Like
It is become an American holiday. It's become a white man's
They don't
holiday.
celebrate it in Hispanic countries, right?
Not like that.
Not like that, right? They celebrate Cesar Chavez before they celebrate
Mexican
that shit.
independence, so they would only celebrate it in Mexico. Yeah.
Yeah. No, but no one's booked tonight. No big
I am actually.
Cinco. Where you DJ?
Somewhere in a spot in Hollywood.
Oh, okay. I got asked to. No, I didn't get asked. I was talking to a booker about doing Cinco, and then he said, "Hey, man, sorry, we're gonna go with the banda over you." I was like, "Hey, you can't. Come on, man, you can't argue that. Like, hey, this is their one day to shine.
I get it.
You know, outside. What's that weekend in September?
Did you show him a picture of your fiance? Like,
Come on,
man.
Come on.
Look, you see,
I can bring her.
She can gather up a
I can
couple
gather
of
up
her
a
friends.
few that look like her.
Oh my god.
What you want? Instagram models, influencers, porn? What you want?
What kind of party is this? Taco Tuesday is basically Cinco de Mayo every week. Honestly, the way people celebrate.
Sure.
It was this week was just a reason for people to double up. Oh, we got Taco Tuesday
man.
and Cinco de Mayo
Taking
back to back.
Tuesday and Wednesday off
Yeah,
of work.
100%.
Right.
Easy.
It carries over. It's like Halloween. We think the whole week.
Exactly, right?
Right now, nightlife, any excuse.
Any excuse.
You know,
man.
I'm not gonna lie. I picked my wedding date, which is next week, the 12th, because of Cinco. Because I knew everyone gets booked and turns up on Cinco, and then the week after that, maybe even the 2 weeks after that, going into Memorial Day weekend,
It's the
is
cool
dead.
down. Yeah.
So I'm thinking, cool, if we ever want to take a trip somewhere, you know, around the week of the 12th or the weekend of the 12th,
I'm smart.
chances are I won't be booked. So,
You know I got married on the 12th, right? On December 12th.
right.
Mm-hmm.
On the 12th. Okay, so
said, of course,
you got to get
12th.
married on the 12th now.
No, I
You
don't.
got to get married on the 12th. Nah, gang shit.
Don't fuck the game. Don't fuck your
Sean.
shit up, man.
Hey, fuck the 12.
Fuck 12. Fuck 12. Yeah.
You ready
so
for the wedding?
I am, man. You know, as we get closer, I'm probably the most excited I've been in my life. Like, I'm just super looking forward to everything that's going to go down. Yeah.
I got my hotel room, so I'm ready.
You guys got the same room or separate?
Nah,
Or
Why would we get the same room?
why didn't you save money?
Save money?
At a
This
wedding?
man's buying shoes. We're not even getting paid here.
Yeah, but I know his priorities. I
I told you, rent got paid. Goddamn. Trust me.
know. So you're not getting hotel room?
No, of course I'm getting a hotel
Okay,
room,
so
but
his
I'm gonna
own
get my
hotel
own.
room.
Yeah,
With his-
it's
with his
going down.
fiance.
Yeah, what
Yeah.
you mean?
Okay.
The wife and
You
I
get
got
your
our
room?
own.
I haven't gotten it yet, but I'm gonna get it.
The room
Right today.
roommates are gone.
Are they?
The roommate, what you call it, the group thing that you had was gone.
Oh, it got filled up?
Mhm.
Oh, I can ask them.
You
I can see they can
sold
extend it.
out.
I know,
Well,
right?
actually,
Shit,
so-
sold out wedding.
So yeah, when we looked and because I told wifey to book it, I said, hey, here's the link, book the room, right? And she was like, she said the group rate that the link they said there's no more rooms available. I said check it again. I said clear it out, refresh it, check it again, see it. She's like, all right, cool. Because she did it on her phone, so she's like, I'm gonna check it on my laptop.
Yeah.
She's checking on her laptop, same thing. I said whatever, but it turned it out that when we got the regular rate, it was a little bit cheaper than the room rate. But I think that's just because it was kind of last minute.
I think I think hotels do that just to make sure you have rooms for the wedding, not so much a discount.
Right.
Marking
So-
it up.
Right.
No, I'm not making any money. I'm not making any money off it.
Don't get the cut. Look at here. Add a little pepper a little extra on there.
Little side
and slide that
emails.
in.
Hey.
I got rich friends. They'll pay for this
Hey,
shit.
just give me a code. I'll take 20 a room.
It's like I didn't do the NFTs, okay, but hey,
You get paid by
I'm getting paid off this money
you get paid
somehow.
by the door.
Charging niggas to get in.
I'm dead. Is there anything you're worried about?
I mean, you know, it's funny. One of my biggest concerns, I fixed it yesterday. I have a cousin that you know. It's always everyone's got every family. Come on, every family. I got a cousin who I know for a fact doesn't have anything nice to wear in his closet, and just his life has just been a bit of a struggle. So he's not in a position to come to just go out and buy something, right?
Right.
So yesterday I took him to H&M.
Look at
Nice.
you.
And I spent $200 on an outfit for him. Shoes, belt, like multiple socks. Like,
say,
Hey,
Joe.
nigga,
200 H&M. You bought the whole thing.
and what would you need something? Hey, just follow me to Burbank
Man,
Mall,
let's
man. We
go,
got
man. Shit, I gotta follow the color scheme, man.
we got a Zara over there. I'll do Zara for you. How about that?
Let's go. That's my spot.
You still taking an M&H.
So I did that, and I told him we had a long talk just about conduct. Speaking of that, that's something else funny I'm getting into, but conduct at the wedding and what to say, what not to say. And I'm like, I hate to be the dude to tell you what to do, but I'm gonna be the dude to tell you what to do at my wedding.
How old is this cousin? Shit.
He's 30, but you would never think that because of
Clearly,
the
you better
situation.
tell this nigga how to speak and shit.
So
We all got somebody.
no, that's what I'm saying. It's fine. But so we had a long talk about conduct and all that. And I said, on top of just like me being selfish and not wanting you to stand out like a sore thumb in these wedding pictures, because I really think this is going to be a fly event. And I don't want you in skater shoes and fucking ripped jeans, in the pictures. So yeah, you can call me selfish for that. But on top of that, I said, when you have the opportunity to go for a job interview, or let's say you do have a nice place to go to, or you take a girl on a date, like you have a nice suit, like you can always go get it tailored, because he still looks better than without the tailor, but get it tailored and set yourself up for success moving forward. Because sometimes all it takes is a haircut or a nice suit or a nice outfit to get you moving, right? Mm-hmm. So I made it clear like that's a part of this whole thing. So yeah, that was my biggest concern. And everything else, I guess Sam should be showing up, so I'm not really concerned about that.
Get
Hey,
cold
that's
feet.
the pod.
She pulling up right now.
Oh, you at the wedding.
Hey, presentation is half the battle, bro.
Yeah.
I used to just
It
put
is.
my fucking book reports in the little clear thing with the little side clip on it.
Yeah,
I ain't really do shit. I ain't write shit, but it looked good.
right.
Getting to see.
Presentation,
I'm getting to
100%. The what's it called? The little green
Parsley?
parsley on the
Oh,
edge
yeah,
of the plate.
exactly.
Like you can be at Denny's. You get the little parsley. All right,
Fancy.
all right, not bad.
Small portion,
Not bad.
with a little bit of parsley on
Little
it.
garnishment.
Little
Garnish. That's what it
Little
is.
garnish.
Yeah. But yeah, man. I mean, you guys are coming a day early after rehearsal dinner to get a little bit of a turn up. They say that's the best part of the wedding is the night before when everyone's
I will
just
be
turning
there.
up.
We got a room for 2 days.
Yeah. We'll get you the code to get in because it's an access code to get into the property.
Shit, I'm not gonna do it.
All right.
Tell Joe his nigger friends are here.
Please don't do that.
Mickey, what?
Well, sorry. Sorry, Mike. Didn't mean to do that to
At
you.
least it took 8 minutes to get here.
Oh, what I was going to do, speaking of conduct, God bless Sac Noel. He said he looked up, because he's never been to an American wedding. The dude's been living in America for like 3 years. He's excited about going to his first American wedding, and he even Googled proper conduct at an American. Mind you, so this guy is born and raised in Spain.
Yeah.
So that's why this is so funny that someone looked up how to conduct yourself in an American
Did
wedding.
you say if there was any difference between like a wedding
I
out
don't
there
know.
and
I guess we'll ask him at the end of the night, right? Like,
have a conversation with him?
because I don't know if he's been to a wedding in Barcelona.
Throws you in a chair, tries to carry you.
Just hand him a bottle. I'm just gonna hand him like 3 shots and be like, "Yo, it's American
Wrong
cousin,
country.
but you gotta take these,
Wrong
right?
country.
Like this is your first one. This is what we do."
Sauce.
Right.
He made you a remix for your wedding gift.
Yeah. Yeah, shit.
Oh man,
Let's flip it. Put it up on globalization.
get that money, baby.
Yeah.
This is recorded. Stop.
Yeah. But yeah, so I don't know what else there is. I'm just excited. So family slowly rolling in as we speak. Sam is picking up family from the airport.
Oh,
Nice.
man.
My house is going to be filled to the rim with people. We have the space for it, thankfully. but there's going to be people filled to the rim.
About to
Sam
do it.
goes on her girls' trip, bachelorette party this weekend, so I had the whole house to myself to get shit together. Knock out a few more remixes. And then I got family coming in on Friday, so we're going to take them to the Nook. We're going to take them to the spot I was at in Topanga for the brunch.
Yeah, you got a whole
Eating in a
itinerary
garden,
ready
like,
for the week.
Yeah, man. And then my mom's got a shop for the rehearsal dinner and all that.
She
stuff.
cooking?
No.
Oh,
I know.
'cause I was about to say,
we pulling
nigga,
up.
I'm pulling up.
No, but she does have to
leftovers.
get a bunch of stuff. She's going to go get a bunch of cookies for the
Oh,
dessert,
okay.
the wedding.
Mm.
Marshmallows. Shit, we got marshmallows.
Make some s'mores.
S'mores because they got the fire pits at the end of the night.
Okay.
And sliders. We got sliders. But yeah, so moving on from that, Mickey, you're almost done. You got a week left in your duties as a best man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the hard part's already been done.
The hard part
And
was
now
done.
You did the bachelor party already.
Yeah, that was probably the toughest part. And then, now it's just speech and whatever else you need me to do.
Oh, that'd be tough because they say speech is most people's biggest fear.
Oh, yeah, no.
Oh,
Talk-
public
talk
speaking.
about you.
Talk about
me.
you.
Let me tell you about this. Everything goes out no center.
we-
We got
Yeah,
20, I got 20 plus years to put in
Yeah.
2 minutes.
We was there
Well,
when
what's
Mickey
that
when Mickey did the speech for Andy.
Mm-hmm.
We think we had a bet going on.
Yeah, motherfuckers had an over-under on me crying. No.
He didn't cry until after. Wait, we were like, after the speech, right? I think he like teared up a little bit, like once the speech was over.
Yeah, when some mic was down.
Yeah, and I was like,
So it didn't
does
qualify.
that count? I was like,
I'm like, give me my money.
we were like,
Wait, do you guys think you'll get teary-eyed at the wedding during the ceremony?
my wife will for sure, absolutely.
Not counting
probably
women.
will. I probably
Not
will.
counting women. Love women, but not counting women.
I don't think I'll cry, but it'll
Yeah,
be a
get a
little
little-
emotional.
Well up, you
It'll be a
know what
little-
I'm
it'll
saying?
be a little
Yeah,
bit
yeah.
emotional.
Because that's your guy. That's your
Yeah.
girl, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, damn.
I
Joe
love
finally
love,
did it.
bro. I'm not a
Yeah.
hater of love at all.
Especially for
know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Oh, yeah, I need one of your
Actually-
fiancés and wife to take care of my girl.
Oh,
She's gonna be rolling solo.
Oh, I thought it was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I was
One of
like,
your women.
In what way?
Hey.
Nothing's off the table.
It's all family. It's all
Actually, I actually did get married. I forgot this even. I got married this past Saturday.
Oh,
in a
the
Catholic
show.
church.
Oh, yeah.
In a
Legally,
Catholic
oh, yeah,
church.
yeah.
Hey, congrats.
Yeah.
Congratulations, yeah.
No, big round of applause for Sam because she didn't come up in the like she tried the Catholic thing young and then the Christian thing, and her parents were Christian, brother's big Christian, but it just wasn't for her. She has her reasons and she just didn't want to, like, not like she was touched by a priest or anything, but it's pretty serious why she didn't want to do that. And so big ups to her for doing that, because that's something my family wanted. Because, my family wanted a Catholic priest.
Mm.
Sam had a pastor she kind of grew up with that she wanted to officiate the wedding. And my mom wanted the Catholic. So it took Sam a lot to get her to get married in a Catholic church.
Mm.
Even though it was just like a 10-minute thing. And, you can say, what's the problem? Like, look, everyone has their thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
whatever it is, it may not be a thing to you,
Mhm.
to me, and you got to respect that. So I wasn't going to press her. I left. I was like, yo, I'm team Sample, whatever you want to do, I'm rolling with it. But a month or two out, she's like, all right, let's do it.
That's how you stayed out of getting in trouble with moms.
I don't want to get into it here, but bro,
gotta pick your
it was-
battles with the women in your life.
it was heavy, and it wasn't for me to say, you need to do this, you need to do that, because I
Right.
didn't say that, tell that to Sam. And for my mom, I was just like, look, this is what she wants to do. Clearly, I'm not as big of a Catholic enough to force Sam. Like I got my communion, confirmation. Like I came up super Catholic, raised super Catholic, but there was a disconnect as I got older. And even in the CCD classes, they were basically telling me, if you don't do X, Y, and Z, you're going to hell.
Mhm.
And then you can't tell a teenager that, first of all, I'm a teenager, I'm going to rebel. Second, like, I don't want to hear that. Like, that makes me think less of the religion. I know every religion has its thing,
Yeah.
and then there's a whole belief on whatever.
That could all go to a black hole. Like, we can
But so again, clearly it wasn't big enough for me to overturn Sam's thoughts on it. So, but you know, she rode out with it, and that's like the biggest thing of this whole wedding is like her doing that. So yeah, big ups to her.
Yeah, Jenna's parents wanted us to get married in a church. Do it in a church. Same thing, they're Catholic. I'm like, I didn't want to get married in a church, but I was like you said, I'm like, if that's what you want to do, I'm with it. I don't give a shit.
Mm-hmm.
But she didn't want to do that. She was like, fuck no, I'm not getting married in no church.
Yeah.
She's a beach girl, so.
speak for themselves.
I mean, with all due
You and
respect.
I got to do
With all
this.
due say that with all due respect.
Lord.
You know?
Yeah.
But I don't want to get married in a church either. It's just, I don't know, you know.
Yeah, this
I would have been cool
Yeah.
getting
There's
married.
more-
If
there's
that's
more
what she
scenic
wanted.
background.
Yeah. I just need a vibe.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Just,
and that's what we thought. We just wanted a vibe. We wanted it to be what we wanted. We didn't want the impression of our family on us. Like, y'all should do this, y'all should do that. I know we should do whatever the fuck we want to do. Just like, you know, you guys
Yeah.
do. But hey, you know, we're looking forward to it, man. It's going to be fun.
It's going to be lit.
Man.
Because we got to double up because we didn't get to celebrate for my wedding. So we celebrating my wedding and your wedding.
Yeah.
So,
And DJ's anniversary is the night before.
oh, man.
Oh, shit. And our birthdays.
Oh,
Yeah.
Lord Jesus.
We gonna just combine it into
I'm gonna
big
be-
ass party.
I'm going to carry me out, that
Oh.
bitch.
One more thing before we move away from
Vegas
this
Rel is back,
minute.
baby.
Schedule your Ubers in the morning.
Uber.
I'll
Shit.
be sleeping on the floor.
This 10 minutes away, I'm walking.
Yo, there's gonna be so many people crashed out on couches on the floor at this venue, and they told me we don't care, just leave us names. I'm like, something tells me you might care if I leave the amount of people that I think are gonna crash out. One more thing though, I had a cousin, and I got this text.
Another one, the same cousin?
Another one, no,
Oh,
different.
shit.
Another one.
I got this text during the bachelor party. This one's fresh out of prison.
You
know which one.
Is he
That's
coming?
what I
No.
thought you was talking
I
about.
was like,
No, not him.
man.
Damn, the fact that you got multiple cousins.
I was
Look,
like,
man, there's a side of my family that just took a wrong turn and has had a
I was
rough,
like, he's not
rough
coming
life.
because I need to talk to this nigga.
Yeah, for real.
He would be fun to talk to because, like, yo, so what you been doing in there? Because he was the muscle in prison. With all that being said, he texted me basically saying, yo, I'm so upset and sad that you didn't invite me to the wedding. You were like a brother growing up and blah, blah, blah. And, you know, for those, obviously you wouldn't know, but people don't know, like, this kid loved me and hated me because I was like the role model, yet at the same potential span. I was a role model, but I was also the guy that bumped heads with him when we came very close to fighting a few times. And he was a teenager. so he's
like a
fresh
grown
out of
man.
prison for the second time. And he sends this text, and I'm just like, look, man, like, we're keeping the count low, and you know,
But Psycho.
You ain't shit.
no, because we are. And I'm not gonna tell him, look, man, you're fresh out. Word is you're doing X, Y, and shit to this person and that person, and your situation is
Hey,
still.
man, I don't need an ex-con
influencing-
on my wedding. Just keep it 100 with him.
No, honestly, if I heard that he was just like killing it, doing well, not killing people. If I heard he was just on fire, doing well, and I just heard a lot of bad things of him coming. Now, when he came out, things are good. Then I heard bad things. I'm like, all right, I don't know what's going on, and I just don't want it at the wedding.
Oh, man.
No disrespect to Sac Noel, please.
Talk about conduct.
Talk about content.
Oh, man.
Sac Noel is definitely on brand. Clean.
Convict, conduct. All right.
Wow.
I knew there was something there. So I got that text, but I just had to like, look, man, just it is what it is. I don't know what to tell you. I haven't seen you. Like, there's a lot of family members and friends that I'm super close with that aren't getting an invite. You know, this is like 100-person wedding. It's not 175, 200. Like, invite the whole world. So,
Right.
and my, and I'm telling him, like, when you get married, you'll understand when it comes to head count. And whoever hasn't been married, I didn't understand it before. Now that I've been married,
You're paying
the
per
expenses,
person.
you're paying per person, and then there's a lot, and then the more people that come, then the other shit gets added. So
Yeah.
make of it what you want. Sorry, I love you, but you know.
Is there assigned seating? Did you assign CD?
Yeah. Yeah, you two are at the same table. So.
Just us
Oh,
two.
yeah.
I got you, Julius, I think Alex,
Oh,
Jimmy. You're with your
boy.
family.
man. Don't worry, Mickey. We'll swap somebody out. You come with us. Because it's cool.
I got the DJ City table.
They gonna be like,
I got Sack and Redfoo at the DJ City table.
I need
Put
to
them
sit at
around
that
their own
table.
kind.
This man's trying to make a song.
I know.
I'm bringing my laptop.
You got
man.
Fiend on
No,
there
the
for labels.
Funny thing is, before Food, like
I need a
quote
verse.
unquote, before Food quote unquote retired, Sack had a song done with him, and there was some adjustment that needs to be made in the vocal, and Food never sent him the adjustment, so
He
that
just
song just
retired.
got scrapped.
I'm
That's
retired.
funny.
It's gonna be a funny little.
Oh man, this is gonna be good. This is gonna be
Where's
a
my
great one.
song?
Yeah,
5
right.
years later.
Sack pulls up with the laptop.
I know we can do it right here.
Don't be surprised.
Yeah. But moving on, Mickey encountered some issues with his new laptop in Serato, and it wasn't a software thing; it was a laptop thing.
Yeah,
break
I mean,
that down for our.
I just wanted to share this story because maybe it saved someone else's life. Because, with typical globalization deadlines, I'm usually waiting for the last second.
And room deadlines,
Room. Oh, yeah, that too. Still over.
booking your room.
Hey, look, landlord hasn't gotten the rent either, so
Yeah. Furlough, baby.
We're all on the same page.
we're all here.
Mickey's timeline.
Hey, we can't evict you right now.
Cannot.
But no, so I just wanted to share this story because it was funny. I guess you gotta enable some stuff. So I got Big Sur on my laptop. I had just bought a brand new laptop because my recent one, which I think you have the touch bar one, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you have any like overheating problems with your battery?
Yo, that's what happened to me on when I did my stream for Snapback. Remember I was telling you guys the story
Yeah.
how it cut off? It was because it was overheating.
Yeah.
And it was just, so what I did is just switch the graphics card over so it only stays designated to one graphics card. So that helped me out a lot as far as like not allowing it to overheat. And because it has dual graphics cards.
What else is it? What's the other side controlling in the graphics card?
What do you mean? Like basically it's I don't know how to explain it, but they have a graphics card which is for your high resolution shit that you would use, whether that's Serato or whatever
Or
apps that you
Photoshop
use, Photoshop or whatever.
Yeah.
And then when you're using anything else like, I don't know, fucking Word or anything like that, they'll leave it on that. So it
Yeah.
swaps back and forth or whatever. And when one is not acting right, they'll switch it to the other one, but that one is not designed to handle that shit. So that's when you get all the glitches and shit. Like that's why I was getting all the glitches in my my screen or whatever. But
Yeah, because I work. I mean, my laptop, I put it to work, and it's funny because I was having mad issues with it, and I was like, man, with COVID and the end of COVID or whatever, I was like, how can I can't afford to like not have a laptop for a couple days, if not weeks,
yeah,
right now. So instead, I just went on, the Apple store, and since I got an Apple card, there's no interest payments on any Apple products.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And you get a 3% cashback
Cashback.
on it. So I was like, you know what, fuck it. Like, I've been buying all these Apple products on this whole thing. So I was like, I'll just get a new laptop and then trade in this one, and then they can figure it out.
Mhm.
And so, so I went and got a new laptop. And I get it set up. It basically transferred everything over to the new one. No problem there. It just took fucking 5 hours, 6 hours to transfer over all the data. But then I hadn't even touched my DJ profile. Like I have everything separated. So I go to my DJ profile, which is separate from Photoshop, like that username.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went in there. I opened Serato, whatever, Pro DJ. And then I'm plugging in my SRT and it's not working. And I was like, huh. But I remembered I was on the beta, most recent beta, and then they had updated. So I go and update it. I'm thinking, cool. All right, cool. Now I'm good to go. Then it like pops up like it can play. And then,
Sorry, guys.
no, you're all right. So I go and try to get going. And then it just like pops up and goes away. Pops up and goes away. And I'm trying to like plug it in. I'm like, oh, let me just reset everything. Didn't work. So it turns out, you got to go to your system preferences, and then you got to go into your privacy settings, And then the privacy settings, sometimes when you set up a new app, you got to give it access
to unlock
to
it.
everything, right? Like
Yep.
whether it's like audio or whatever. So apparently you got to give access to Serato through the back end, and then that's how it connects to the interface or whatever, just so like you approved for it to get through.
Yeah.
And so
You said that's a operating system thing, the Big Sur, or
I think that's just like a general like laptop thing. When you get like
Sounds
a new
like it.
laptop, like
Yeah.
you got to give access to certain applications.
well, yeah, I know that aspect of it. Like
Yeah.
I've gotten access to do that on certain applications, but never with Serato. That's when
I think
curious
the
about.
reason I was confused the most is because when I had updated my Serato,
Mhm.
and then I had updated it, and then I automatically got fed this like, oh, your driver is out of date. So automatically I'm thinking, oh, I just got to update the driver. So I updated the driver. So after I update the driver, updated Serato, and I'm still not getting through.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, like
What the fuck?
what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
And then I realized you have to go to the settings. And so anyway, all I'm saying is, and this story could hopefully save you guys
Yeah, absolutely.
an hour. Like
You have the touch bar on your new laptop?
yeah, they
Yeah.
separated the escape key and the power key now on the new one.
Turn it. I usually good advice is if whenever you're using Serato, turn your touch bar off.
Oh no, I have that off.
Yeah. I
On
turn
my-
I keep my because my producer laptop and my DJ laptop are 2 ones.
Yeah.
So on my DJ laptop, I don't even use the touch bar on that shit. It's just the F keys.
Yeah. So like the way mine is set up is my regular Photoshop work like profile.
Yeah.
That'll have the touch bar enabled. And then I have the other profile. Once I go into that profile, it automatically just turns everything off.
Turns everything off. Nice.
Yeah, it
nice.
goes into like F keys and things like that. Who even uses F keys?
I use them. That's how you swap through internal and relative mode and
You still
Serato.
swap through internal and relative mode?
yeah, internal.
I don't remember last time I saw a needle.
Well, man, you still use it with with the new Serato with the new phases because I use my phases all the time.
Phases, yeah.
With Serato, you don't need the new update. You don't need your RCAs anymore. So you know how you guys have phases? You have
No,
phases, right?
I don't.
You have phases. So before you had to hook up the little box, the hardware
Yeah.
box, up to your mixer with the RCAs to each
Yeah.
channel. It'd be like hooking up the turntables
Yeah.
or the CDJs or whatever. So if you're using turntables, obviously they plugged in phono.
Yeah.
You would plug the the phase box into CD or line,
Mm.
and then that's how it would read or whatever. Now the new update, you don't need the RCAs. You just plug it directly into your laptop.
Nice.
So all you have to do is just plug it into your laptop and it'll read. But with the new Serato, you need the updated Serato version of Serato to use it. And now it used to be absolute, relative, and then internal.
Yeah.
So now it's absolute, relative, wireless, internal, and you have to put it in wireless in order to use your phases with it.
Yeah.
It's dope. I've been using it for a while. I had them use it
Yeah, it
on
was
Sunday when we were doing a little thing for my sister for her birthday, and it was dope. Like, and literally, the dope thing about it is now everyone can use it. So we had 3 DJs. And everyone used one pair of phases, and all I had to do was just unplug it and then plug it into his laptop whenever Sean was DJing. So it was dope, man. I seamless, it's clean. They lasted for hours.
They did.
It tells you the percentage, the battery percentage, right there on Serato. And we were DJing for over 4 hours, and I don't even think that thing it got to 88%. I still was at 88% on one of them, and the other one was at like 92.
Yeah.
So I was like, damn, 4 hours, and I don't barely like use them. So I'm like, man, I know these shits could last a long time.
So 4% difference because that's the one you scratch the most on?
I think it's because the one I had. I think it's the one I just had. I didn't have on the charger as long as the other one did. So yeah, that's the one. It was actually the opposite one that I scratched with.
All right.
Serato, baby.
The phase is here to stay.
Phases.
Them shit
So-
is fire. No lag.
I gotta get them.
Yeah, they're accurate, man.
Well, how fast are you chirping?
I would. Yeah, you know, I ain't scratching shit.
I ain't scratching shit but my head when I'm looking for a song to play.
He said no like he's Revolution.
I know.
Triple clip. You know what I'm saying?
My wife was using them, and she was like, "Babe, the phases have a lag on it." I said, "No, your hand has a lag in it." She said, "What?" I said, "Let me see this." I took this shit. I said, "I don't see no lag." She was just like, I said, "You just gotta adjust to it."
It's like white men can't jump. And he's like, is that 10 feet? 10 feet. He jumps up there. Yep, 10 feet.
Man.
Speaking of triple clicks, the whole DJ community, not the whole, some of the DJ community's up in arms about Paris Hilton's latest tweet, or not tweet, but she was on Jenny McCarthy's, what appears to be podcast, or it's on SiriusXM. Shout out to SiriusXM. And this 1 minute clip just didn't sit well with DJs, and I'll play it right here. See if we can get this.
Be you. That's amazing. Yes. Now, is that the going rate for big DJs?
No, not everyone. But I add more to a party than just DJing. Like I DJ, but I also will go and entertain all the guests. I'll take selfies with everyone. I'll really promote the hell out of whatever venue it is and make it the hottest
DJ
spot
promoter.
in whatever country I'm in. So it's worth the investment for them.
How do you bring it up? I mean, how do you get, like, is it the music, or do you get out there and dance, or?
I just walk in, and as soon as I walk in, everyone's
People go crazy,
screaming, and then I just play like the sickest sets, and I get up on the DJ booth and start singing, and people just go nuts.
And do you do all the, like, mixing yourself?
Yeah, of course.
Oh my God.
I studied for
So fascinated with
6
this.
hours a day, which is
6 hours a day.
business, and learned everything.
For 6 months.
The best teacher,
I'm
6
surprised you don't
hours a
have
day.
your own record label.
I do. Eris
Of
Records.
course you do.
She ain't got money bag yo though.
I'm trying to get signed.
You gonna get signed to Paris Hilton
Hell yeah.
label?
Hell yeah. Eris
All right.
Records?
DJs, how we feeling about that?
Hey man, listen. I can no longer be upset about these celebrity DJs anymore, man, because it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like she said, I do more than DJing. Obviously, because you're a celebrity. You have the following. You know what I'm saying? Fucking Roddy Ricch, Snoop Dogg, or excuse me, I said Roddy Ricch. Snoop Dogg is a DJ now. He walks in, everybody like, oh shit, like Snoop Dogg. They don't give a fuck about you DJing.
Yeah.
You Snoop Dogg. Same thing with Wiz Khalifa. Like, he's DJing now. All these celebrities, they don't give a shit about you DJing. You're selling the name. You don't have no real DJ experience. And remember, it was a couple of years ago when she first came on the scene about DJing?
Yeah.
She was playing pre-made,
Mixes.
pre-recorded mixes,
Yeah.
pretending like she was DJing up there. And I'm like,
Yeah, Afrojack was doing them, right?
I don't know. Was it Afrojack?
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
allegedly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were dating at one point.
So, I mean, it is what it is. Paris, go get your money, man. I ain't mad. Because none of us in this room is doing the parties that she's DJing that anyway. So,
Yeah.
you ain't taking money out of my hand.
She's just an entertainer. I mean, she's gonna do what she's gonna do. You know, shout out to Beat Breaker. That's her homie.
Yeah. Yeah,
You
he
know,
does. He
so-
does her parties.
And so
I guess when she's not behind the
When she's
decks.
not DJing, does she
Yeah.
come and do a set?
I don't know.
I mean,
I'm sure he has a crate ready for her.
I think Paris Hilton's like not high on the totem pole when it comes to DJ problems. There's a lot of other bigger problems, and I think that's one of the things where, like, if you're talking about who's like maximizing or taking advantage, like, I don't think respectfully anybody in our circle is fighting for her gig.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Hey, y'all need to respect Paris. Put some respect on her name. She's an OG in this game. She's
what
been
game?
DJing.
Stop.
She's been DJing since 2011.
Okay.
That's 10 years of work, bro.
Yeah, it has been 10 years.
She's an OG. Y'all don't want to
listen.
hear it, but she's an OG. At me.
She hasn't gotten better, but the technology's gotten better.
Exactly.
Oh, so you heard her set. So you heard her.
Exactly.
You heard her set.
Well, I don't know her shit.
She a OG.
Look, I think we're taking steps back if we're pulling Paris Hilton clips to comment. DJs, come on, man. We got to move past Paris. There's a lot other things going on in the world. There's a lot of positive things to talk about because DJing's back.
the country is opening up, baby.
Yeah, shit.
DJs are just DJing. That's what they're doing. Complaining. That's what's going on here.
Yeah.
Why do
So, leave
why
it
do
alone.
DJs do that? Why do we like to complain about shit? Do we? Because we feel like it's unfair that they get to do all these
Because
high end,
it-
these high class.
It generates
parties and
engagement
gigs and we
on the
don't?
socials.
I guess so.
That's what it is.
I think
And it's being relatable.
Hating is.
I think
It's a trend.
But
It's
in
a
the
thing.
DJ, but in the
Yeah.
DJ world, like, there seems to be a lot of hatred.
A lot.
Or,
For what?
Or there's a lot of ego. There's a lot of criticism. There's a lot of opinions. Like, there's a handful that don't worry about what everybody else is doing. You know, it's not a lot, and so I think I was gonna say I think it's because it's one of those categories where time dedication and skill set doesn't reflect success the same way, but that could be said about fucking a lot of things.
A lot of things. And that's so I want to ask, do you guys think because of all this quote unquote hate and all the shit that's going on in the DJ world right now, do you think at some point soon in the near future that we're going to get to a point where we have to put skills at the back to the forefront of things? Like, yo, if you're not skillful, if you didn't put the time and dedication into this craft, it's going to show. And we're going to respect that. Because we said the same thing about, when I say we, I was talking in my barbershop and we were talking about music in general, especially rap music.
Yep.
Like back in the 90s, you only got a record deal if you were dope.
Yeah.
It didn't matter about anything else. It didn't matter about your style. It didn't matter about if you were a dope rapper, in the 90s, in the early 90s, late 80s, early 90s, you didn't get unless you were a dope rapper, right?
But then obviously, or you were being groomed.
Or you were being groomed,
You're
but you
part
were
of a squad and
exactly
you were being groomed.
So, but then obviously it ventured off into like the late 90s, early 2000s, where if you had a gimmick, quote unquote, a gimmick, you were put to the forefront because now it's about entertainment. You know what I mean? Like who is entertaining the masses right now, as opposed to being like the skills are cool, but
you kind of always have those guys that have gimmicks, like a few people, but not many. But to your point too, I think what you were missing in there is just gatekeepers. That was the biggest difference.
Yeah, 100%. And I think
in DJing, there's no gatekeepers.
Yeah, and I think that because of now we're getting to the point where everyone is saying, "Oh, I can't listen to this new rap music anymore." Like I hear that shit more and more every day. Like I can't hear this shit anymore. Like where's the lyricists at? Where's all these cats? All right, cool. Now we're gonna start bringing the cats that are quote unquote skillful in this industry back to the forefront. Do we feel like DJing is going to get to that point, or is it going to continue following this trend that it's on now?
End of the day, it's entertainment, and the people will pay more money for the more popular DJs or the more popular situations. And God bless the DJ if they have skills. I mean, who wouldn't want to see Four Color Zach make $20K in a night? And because there's big skills behind that. Mm-hmm. And you would say he deserves that. Mm. You know what I mean? And not to say that the $20K DJ without skills doesn't deserve it, but you want to champion those guys that put the work in.
Yeah, 100%.
But I think there are some people that realize the further I get away from focusing on the skills and impressing a crowd with my clicks and flares and whatever, and the more I focus on the business side, my money goes up, my opportunities go up. I'm somewhere in that I become more connected and more relatable to what the bookers want or the bookers, because a part of getting into these clubs is talking to the bookers. And the more you don't sound like a DJ in a conversation, the more you sound like a businessman, the bookers can connect with you. So that's why, going back to the question, it's gonna be a great bonus to have the skills and make $5K in a night or whatever, but I don't think it's ever gonna come back like it's like a wave, like AM, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The beauty of AM was, and I talked to Clutch about this. If you couldn't get AM, you wanted someone like AM, so you went after Clutch, you went after Vice, you went after those guys because they gave you the scratches and the unique tracks and the mashups and all that. Because AM was that dude. There's not a dude anymore in this game. Like there are guys that we have high regard for, guys that we think are the best or are doing the best, but there's not that anymore. So it's going to be rare for a promoter or a club owner to say, I want that sound. I want those skills.
Yeah.
I mean, that just speaks volume on AM, right? Like we're still talking about him, however many years later after he's been gone. And like, I think with him, it was just, he was the perfect storm. Like he had the social skills, he had
storm, indeed.
The network, he had the
celeb status,
everything. He just had
DJing
everything.
Was becoming a rock star thing at the time, which was mostly because of him, of course.
Yeah, for sure. Speaking on your comment about hip hop, bro, if I play Rap Caviar, I get a headache.
Yo, it's gotten bad, bro. Like I'm just like, what the fuck? As a DJ, I don't even know half the songs on that shit,
bro. Like Headache.
And that's what we were talking about.
They're
We were
selling
just like,
those spots, bro. There's no
and that's
way.
what that's exactly
There's
what I said.
no
I said, yo,
way.
they're selling these spots to get on Rap Caviar because they know if someone was being like, yo, what's the popular hip hop right now? That's the first playlist
There you go.
majority of people are going to
Yeah, not no
is
more.
the Spotify Rap Caviar. And I'm like, bro, I mean, like, I do that shit when I got to spin
Moneybagg
for
Yo
like,
got some joints on there.
yeah, he do.
I got
But,
to listen to the
that
album
shot
on the way up.
I started listening.
Moneybagg Yo. I like Moneybagg.
I do too. I personally like Moneybagg
like
Yo.
Moneybagg
I
as
like
well.
cats like Moneybagg Yo, Clee Glock, Young Dolph. But some of the new cats, I'm like the Polo G's, the Pooh Shiesties, like I'm like,
Not there yet.
I'm not
You
there.
don't
I'm
get
just
it.
like I mean, and again, it could be because we're getting older and our ear is whatever you want to call it, maturing or whatever it is. It's just I guess I can say I just don't relate with what they're talking about and a lot of their shit. And I mean, again, I don't relate with some of the shit that Moneybagg is talking about or Young Dolph, but I guess because they're older cats and their presence on a track, I can feel that and I can relate with that shit. But
Moneybagg Yo sounds like that OG.
that OG, yo,
Spitting that
like
shit.
it's crazy. That song Shatta that he put a video out for. That song's fire. I love that song. You know what I mean? And that's one of the songs that's on Rap Caviar. And I'm like, cool. At least these cats that I feel like should be getting some acknowledgement are getting that. But these other dudes, like Mickey was saying, it's just you can't get through it. It's like the first couple of tracks, and like
I don't know who listens to Youngboy NBA. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know anyone.
What's Brigham listening to?
He ain't listening to Youngboy.
You putting you on any music yet?
No, not at all.
Nah, he's too young.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm putting
He's in
him
video
on still,
games right now.
I mean, he loves Latin music. Loves Latin music.
That's good.
So
Yeah, I mean, we'll see, man.
She wanted to ride in the Rover, but I told her Uber was closer. Shout out to Moneybagg Yo.
Talk to him. Look at him.
I heard that. I was like, whoa, whoa.
He be
You
getting
can't say
his
that
shit
to my
off.
wife. Not my wife.
Oh man.
You know what's funny? No, it's not funny, but random. I still haven't seen that AM documentary.
oh,
What?
man.
On
I was
Netflix,
literally
yeah.
just
Really?
thinking about it.
Yeah.
Just thinking about it.
And in a part of that, when it was hot. So when it first came out, all you guys went to the theater, right?
Yeah,
And you
yeah,
saw
I
it with
went- I
all
saw it in
the
the theater,
community,
yeah.
the DJ community.
You didn't go?
I didn't go.
Oh.
I remember you telling me about Vice and A-Track were there. They spun after.
spun and everything.
But I didn't go because it was a sensitive situation for my house at the time. And glad, thankfully we've moved on. But
the club, my house.
no, my
He-
personal
literally
house.
your house.
Yeah.
Like the club been going.
Yeah. No, it was going.
Yeah.
But AM was a resident at that club.
Right.
So Sam's best friend
Oh yeah.
was on the flight, was on the private jet that one guy didn't make it, right? Like that was Sam's friend, Chris. But she's still very close to, I think his
Family.
his wife, his wife at the time is in the wedding party. So I got into a conversation about AM with Sam, and at the time it felt like she was blaming AM for Chris's death. She used to go to his grave with the Corona bottle and just like make a whole thing of it once, on the anniversary.
Was AM flying the plane?
No, but it was AM's decision to because I don't remember if there was something wrong, something was going on, and AM was like, no, we got to do this. Or if AM was just saying, we need to just go do this. And then that happened. But I'm sure she's moved on. So at the time, I just didn't want to say, yo, I'm going to go watch this AM thing with all these guys. And so it's just always been on the back burner. And then I brought it up to her sometime within the last year. She's like, oh yeah, I'm surprised you haven't seen that yet. So testing the waters, it's like, all right, seems like she's over it and
Wait till
whatnot.
you after you married, then go watch it.
Right.
Yeah. But now I just don't create time to watch shit. So might be another year. Moving on from that, I threw this in late. You guys hip to Resort World in Vegas?
I am not.
No.
I've seen some friends get a job there.
Yeah.
A lot of friends.
What
Yeah.
is Resort World?
Resort World is the new casino resort in Vegas, and it's
on the strip?
It's at the
Across
end,
from Wynn.
right across
Oh,
off
yeah, they
behind
were building
Wynn.
that.
We had
Yeah.
seen that building. Well, it used to be a Stardust,
Mhm.
and then then the company started building something, and then it just stopped. So it was just
I think Wynn owned that property
Mm.
up until a certain point, like the land.
the land was purchased, and I did the wiki on it. The land was because I wanted to know what it was. But you remember that, that building with all the blue windows out in the yonders on the strip, off the strip, and it's been sitting there for like 15 years. I was told it was a Fountain Blue.
Yeah, it was a Fountain Blue.
That just didn't go finish because the funding stopped.
Yeah.
So I was wondering if it was that, but it was not. So I did a deep dive, and apparently this property was they knocked down the Stardust, and it was purchased in 2006 or whatever. The Wynn sued Resort World because the way they were building it looked exactly like the Wynn.
Yeah.
So the Wynn won. They had to make some alterations. And so yeah, it's the new toy in Vegas. There hasn't been a new resort in Vegas since 2010, Cosmopolitan. And they have a club in there called Zouk. And the two residents just announced within the last 2 weeks, it's Tiesto and Zed.
Of course.
I think it's a big room. I don't remember going back looking and seeing, but I'm pretty sure it's a big room space. And so I just keep asking myself, will this work in Vegas? It's at the end of the strip, but the end of the strip does have the Wynn and the Palazzo and Venetian.
Mm-hmm.
And it's brand new. I think it's hard to compare how well it will do because to like Hakkasan or Omnia, because those clubs were built inside of established casinos, not the most, like when you think expensive in Vegas, you think Cosmopolitan, the Wynn, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're not thinking Caesars.
Or New York.
Well, no, it's not in New York. You're not thinking Caesars or MGM.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I use those as an example because that's where Omni and Hakkasan exist right now. Marquee and Excess were built in brand new hotels with a upper echelon of spenders.
Mm-hmm.
So I was wondering what the longevity of this place is, because if you have a big room today in Vegas, there's so much noise out there. Who else are you going to book besides Tiesto and Zed? I'm not saying it's possible to fill it up every night you're open.
Is Tiesto still that guy?
Yeah. For the European big spenders and the hot girls, like the older hot girls.
I mean, he's still releasing.
You're still say the older hot girl.
He's still
But
releasing.
still, if we're talking about spending money and filling up a
he's still
club,
releasing tracks that are on top Billboard charts. So
no, he's evolved. Like he's got the song with Ty Dolla. Like every month there's something like that.
Remix that shit.
He's got a song with not Gunna. He's got a song with Gunna or Lil Baby.
Oh, shit.
Up tempo shit.
Good for him.
Like no, I'm sorry.
I'm thinking
that's
Marshmello would be the one to be the one out here.
Yeah,
shit like
but
that.
here's the thing: when you book guys like Marshmello, this was the issue with Skrillex at Excess when Skrillex first started doing Excess. GA filled up, tables didn't give a shit. So the bottle girls would tell me that they weren't exactly making money on Skrillex nights, even though you think, ooh, Skrillex.
Cracking in there.
But when they had the big names, like the super EDM guys, like the Calvins, even though Calvin I know is at Hakkasan, but when you had those guys or even Diplo, people came out and bought tables for that. So I think they'll sell tables for Tiesto and Zed. Who else are you booking? Because you probably can't get Calvin, probably can't get Diplo. So, who else are you going to get? And I'm sure the club's going to do well for years to come. But we've recently see the what you call come and go. And that's a big space to fill, but it was also in an older,
venue. They went ham on their budget. And
that's what I'm saying. You got to bring in like a Bad Bunny, right?
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen the space. I haven't seen how big it is. I haven't seen what it's going to look like. I do see their strategic hires with like who they're bringing on board for certain stuff. But that's like, all you got to do is offer more money. Like when it comes to the strip, I think a lot of the people that went to Chaos have recovered since then,
Yeah.
But also, Vegas is still kind of trying to get back to its normal.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to get the amateurs out of there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They'll be at 100% soon, right?
Yeah.
If they're not already.
Yeah.
What's next for these bookers? Because I think the evolution of booking talent in clubs in Vegas was book the hottest DJs. And then it was, okay, bring in the EDM guys. And then Dre's took it to the next level, have a live performance. You brought The Weeknd. You brought anybody who had a band, any artist who had a band.
Yeah, live concerts.
Live
Wait, didn't
concerts.
Drake signed a residency, didn't he?
At the
He was
Win.
At the Win.
Yeah. So that's supposed to be starting, right?
Yeah. And that's not a band. That's just Drake and a mic and a DJ. So
Well, not even his.
and
DJ.
now Resort World is like, what'd you say?
I said not even his DJ. Like you,
Yeah.
you get Just Incredible, and
Yeah.
you already covered in the tab.
So it's like, what you think Vegas has to continue to go bigger and bigger, bigger if they're going to do these big rooms. Like, what's next? Like, you have to. I would assume you have to go after a Bad Bunny or someone like that. But again, it's the newest club and venue on the Strip, so it'll
I don't know
probably
who's
do
got the
well.
It's
For a
budget
probably
while.
gonna do
Bad
well just
Bunny.
because of that. Yeah.
Or J Balvin.
Or yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a crazy budget for sure.
Shout out to I wanted to give Angie V her flowers. She's in the EBC lineup.
She is Encore Beach Club.
Dope.
Yeah,
Good for her.
Big ups to her. Seeing we were all kind of wondering what would happen, and so that's dope.
Yeah,
And then-
Angie Watch.
Angie Watch.
Yeah.
and then I think big shout out to the Tao Group. They acquired Hakkasan.
Oh yeah, we didn't even put that
We
in
didn't
the
even
notes.
put that in there,
That
but
was
as we're
big.
discussing it, and you brought up Hakkasan, Tao
Well-
Group now merges with Hakkasan, and it's quite the power move.
The Madison Square Garden, who owns Tao Group.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess they're the big purchasers, but Tao Group is, I guess, overseeing it. I don't know.
I'm sure it's set up like an umbrella, but
Yeah, like Tao Group, this is your lane. You handle this shit, right?
I'm sure like whatever the Madison Group is like just an investor, but
Yeah.
like it seems like Tao Group still has a pretty good hand because the announcement wasn't like, oh, MSG acquires or anything like that. It was literally Tao Group, was it Jason Strauss and Noah Pietenberg,
yeah.
with the guy from Hakkasan as the announcement. So
Yeah.
big moves.
Yeah. And if there's anyone that can keep a club succeeding, it's Tao
Tao.
Group.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, they've been creative the whole time. So
Well,
shout out to them.
creative and withstanding all and weathering all the storms from the
Yeah.
EDM to the overabundance of clubs and pool parties and there's just like I said, there's a lot of noise in Vegas, and Tao Group has managed to maneuver, and they're not letting up. So it's dope to see those guys do what they're doing. Shock G passed away right after we recorded our last pause. And if you guys haven't figured it out yet, we're recording once every other week now. So you're getting 2 episodes a month instead of 4 a month. So we didn't announce that, but that's going to be the formula moving forward.
Anybody hit you guys up?
No,
Oh.
Give a fuck.
no, we're good.
Well,
Yeah. And this
Two
is
it
why
is.
this is why we put our energy more into the projects that are bringing money to the table or more money to the table as opposed to just being relevant on social media.
we got gunshots uploaded to this cast.
No.
No. All right.
No, and I don't take that as shots to
I know,
anybody.
kidding.
But no, I think this is a good example of putting your time and energy into what's setting you up for longevity and bringing money to the table at the time, right?
Facts.
Because we all got side projects going on, and aside from doing this for an hour and a half or whatever we do, and then those on the back end of it who are editing and doing all that, like that's hours of work that we can be putting into something else. So
He just subbed you.
We've been talking about me.
You gotta edit the shit too.
yeah, I guess it's more about me, huh? But yeah, so yeah, that's the formula from now on. Every other week you'll get an episode, and you really don't want to hear us once a week. Let's be honest. You don't want to hear us force conversation once a week. But yeah, back to Shock G. Well, I hate when people die, but I'm always curious to know your perspective growing up on the East Coast, because I did not grow up on the East Coast.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
What was
It's just
Shock
what you call it.
G
To be
aside
honest
from
with you,
Humpty?
yeah, but to be honest with you, me personally, I didn't know much about Shock G until I got older.
Sure.
You know what I mean, and understanding his involvement with Digital Underground and whatnot and shit like that. So it's again, we lost another legend. It seems like it's every other week that we're losing somebody that has had a huge impact in this industry. And it's unfortunate, man. You know what I mean? Regardless of what the reasons of why they have passed. But it's unfortunate. It's never an easy thing for us to be like, oh, we lost another one. Let's keep it pushing. It's just, it really just, we say it every week, I feel like, or every fucking day pretty much. We're like, yo, give these people their flowers while they can still smell it. Like, you know what I mean? Because if this shit don't show you that that's what you need to do, man, I don't know what will.
Yeah.
Love you guys, man.
Hey, love you guys.
Yeah.
It's gonna be.
I
can't wait till your wedding, man.
You guys have done a great job.
I am seeing like so and so appreciation tweet because they're still alive, and like I'm seeing that on Twitter, which is cool. Nothing's happened to them. Nothing's wrong with them. It's just showing appreciation.
And that's what I'm saying. It's dope. And then because what we were talking about earlier with all this hate in the DJ world, like, you know what I mean? Like, it literally, like,
turn that hate tweet into an appreciation tweet.
Yeah, you could turn around and just being like, yo, if you don't like something, just don't say shit. Fuck it, man. Just scroll past it or don't say shit.
Yeah.
It's that simple. Like, there's no reason for you to put more hate out in the world.
Sidebar, back to that hate. I'm glad you brought that up. But what I've noticed is the DJs that are getting money aren't saying shit on Twitter. They are quiet on Twitter unless they're pushing something or they got something fun to say. But they ain't saying shit. But the guys that are like not exactly struggling, but getting local rates and not exactly making the most of what they can, like those are the ones that have the most to say. And it's almost like it's like low hanging fruit. Let me say something to be heard and seen. Even no matter what it is, just say something, because I feel like you're catering to your peers who are right there with you, but you're not exactly connecting with the people that are doing the big money opportunities, the big money situations, and you're probably not exactly connecting with the big money DJs that are shutting up on Twitter and and I think it's just more about putting your energy into something else that's going to bring more money to the table as opposed to, let me see what my friends think, or let me just say this to connect with them. So, but anything else say that?
No, I just think typically the people that are contributing the least are always talking the most.
Yeah. Back to Shock G. Sean, did you have a connection with Shock G in any way?
No, I loved Humpty Dance.
Yeah, right on. Yeah.
Got busy in the Burger King bathroom, you know what I'm saying?
You did.
But
have you ever got busy in the Burger King bathroom?
No. I'm a McDonald's guy anyway. So.
I've always wanted to do it just because of that song.
Just because of that song. Who did it, right?
Yeah.
Who did it?
You ever try to tickle a girl?
What?
Do you like your oatmeal lumpy?
Yo, y'all don't stop asking these fucking questions.
Did you ever have a fat girl tickle you?
Did it ever stop you from getting busy?
No.
That's why he's a freak. All right.
Yeah, man. Rest in peace, Shock G, man. We lost another one.
Mickey, connection?
No, same song. It's production with Tupac.
Yeah.
His contributions to the world. I think what was dope to see upon his passing was a lot of his interviews coming to light, and some of the bars. Yeah, some of the gems he was really kicking back then, and so it sucks because as I guess we're all internet babies, right? Because we all did the dial-up internet. We all got the 500 hours on AOL. Bro. So like we, I think we had our resources. We had our LimeWire, we had our Napsters, but like there's only so much information you could soak in sometimes. And you didn't really know what you were looking for. Like the way I think we search now probably as we got older is like, we want to get educated more, and so I wish I had ran into a lot of those conversations earlier on, because his perspective and his way to, it was real dope. It was a very great mind.
Yeah.
Knowledge is power.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a connection growing up because thanks to my brothers, Brian would play Sex Packet, the album, a lot. And so I became familiar with that sound early. And he was the evolution of funk. Like I saw a tweet by Bootsy Collins talking about how we evolved the sound. I thought it was dope seeing a tweet by Ice Cube saying that Humpty Dance, that beat was like nothing they had heard before. And it was so dope. He literally took it and put it on Jackin' for Beats, you know? And I thought about that time when Ice Cube was coming up with NWA and a little bit after, hip hop was so serious. And then you look at Shock G and this guy is dressed like a goofball and made it work like fly. And when I see Shock G, I think of Red Foo, like the hair, light skin, just a big. It's just an entertainer. All I see is an entertainer.
Right.
So I hit up Foo, and I asked him if there was some connection about his inspiration between the whole Red Foo thing. And Shock G said not so much Shock G, but the Party Rock crew was evolved because of Digital Underground. Because everywhere you looked, they rolled as a party crew. It wasn't a band. It was a band, but it was more of a party crew than anything else. I think about the movie, Nothing But Trouble. When Tupac wore in the Yankee jersey, I must have watched the movie 100 times because it was always on HBO growing up. And it was just a big party crew in that scene. So like the evolution of party rock came from like Digital Underground and that whole party crew thing. But yeah, he does have a song called Danger Zone. No connection with me, just a coincidence. But yeah, man, rest in peace, Shock G.
Yeah, man.
So yeah, moving on to another light skin brother, J. Cole, album anticipation.
I'm ready.
We ready? This is a
ready.
serious album. It's not just like a little 4-pack. No,
Hey,
Listen,
high expectations.
high expectations. Yeah.
Very
especially because he said this is years in the making.
Years.
Oh, nigga, you just set the bar extremely high.
And
Yeah.
that cover art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Come on, man. I need
You
Nothing
think
but
that-
fire.
I need
Nothing
front
but
to-
fire.
Start to finish.
Do you think that's a metaphor for growing up, getting out of the whole like basketball?
Somebody tweeted
that's-
it's the end of an era, and
Yeah. Well, yeah. Every time you see
that.
something on fire in a
Yeah.
picture, you
Yeah.
can just make that connection.
And that's why I said I don't want to hear nothing about no hoop dreams.
And I don't want to hear about
Yeah.
that bitch from his high school. I don't
And,
wanna
and we don't want to
about
hear
her.
about you losing your virginity again.
Damn, I'm all
I'm
that
like,
shit, the old crib.
Night
it's all
Train,
over.
talk to him. Night Train.
Yeah, man.
Hey, look, they just sent me a pair of shoes, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna support whatever's coming out.
Oh no, we
Best
gonna
album
support.
out.
That shit is
we gonna-
trash.
Ain't even
No,
come out
that's
yet.
a 3-pointer.
No, we gonna support
And
it
one.
100%. You know what I mean? It's J. Cole.
Always,
Like, you know, J.
always.
Cole he's fucking legendary right now
J.
in this
Cole.
industry. He's J. Cole.
Nothing to
He's
talk
one of
about.
those cats that we can listen to, and it's timeless music. You know what we like to call it. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this album, man. I haven't looked forward to an album in a minute.
It's been a
Yeah.
minute.
Yeah.
Well, I think he's the first of the big dogs, right, to roll something out. Like
Nah,
seriously, roll something out.
from TD's coming May. So
That's
we'll
what
see
I'm
who that
saying.
is.
Like it's coming. He's the first to have something out.
Yeah,
Because
gonna
it
be a
comes
big-
out
it's
next
gonna be a
week.
big year.
Yeah, because we thought Drake was gonna come out earlier in the year.
TD,
well, we getting Drake,
Kendrick.
Cole, and Kendrick in 1 year.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Grammys is gonna be interesting.
The country gonna burn. Shit.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Revolution.
And
Let me book
only
my-
one song of each guy is gonna be on Rap Caviar.
Right, exactly.
Let me book my flight out of LA now because
Where
when
you
they
going?
come around for the award weekends,
Oh yeah. The BT weekend? No.
Stay in
That
the house.
Yeah, shit. No, I'm getting out the state. Shit. Yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it. I expect it to be, if not his best work, it's going to be in the conversation of his best work. 100%, I believe.
Boz tweeted, right? Like he's like
Boz tweeted, he said, trust me, he says, I've never lied to you. This is by far some of his best work to this day. So, I mean, when you got the man that, you know, your first signee vouching for you like that, and you know, I'm a Boz fan. I'm looking forward to it, man. It's cold, man.
why? Because he likes the Yankees.
Who?
Boz.
He from New York.
He's from New York. He's from Queens. Well, technically, he's
Why? 'Cause
from,
he's from New York?
Paris, but he grew up in New York.
Why? Because he's Night Train's boy.
Who?
Boz?
J. Cole? Boz? No, I knew about Boz before Night Train was even his DJ.
All right. Just seeing how far I can take this.
by the dip.
By the dip. Speaking of dips, Mickey, how much you got in Dogecoin?
Nice.
Mickey was
Yeah.
talking spicy about Dogecoin a few weeks ago. You still got that same energy, or is it serious now?
What do you mean?
You were talking about Dogecoin like it was just some
Like a fluke?
last pod.
Were you?
He said something to that effect. Yeah.
I don't remember, man. I smoke weed, so
I don't remember either. I probably
You have,
But so
you have money, you
I
have
sold
investment in
my
it?
position. I bought back in. Probably I've been in and out 3 times probably since the last pod.
Oh wow.
That's what she said.
Hey man,
So it's a serious thing.
Yeah, wifey text me. She wake up, babe, we up. Cool.
Telling you. All you gotta do is buy some.
Yeah.
Just buy some and you're up.
yeah. I mean, there's so many different ways to invest. Like, I mean, I'm not early because I got friends who bought in when it was a fraction of a cent.
Yeah.
Like when it was literally 0.3 of a cent. Like,
When it was just a joke.
I mean,
Oh, but it's been
still
around
a
since
joke.
2013.
It's still a joke.
So your friends bought
dearly.
in like 2013?
No, not that early. Like,
Okay.
bro, like not even a year ago was 1/10 of a cent
Right.
or whatever.
Yeah, right.
Like, I first bought in when it was 3 cents,
Mm.
and then obviously it's been like,
I think it's
Yeah,
at
up and
10
down.
cents.
Yeah.
Of course.
I mean, I
You-
think the first time I got like a couple 100% ROI, I'm like, all right, I'm good. Like, I don't know how much more this is gonna go.
Do you think people who are having FOMO should jump on it right now, or just kind of like
I genuinely
wait?
feel it's gonna hit $1.
You think so? So
Yeah.
it's a good idea to jump on it now.
Yeah, I would just wait for there's dips all the time. Like I was up a little late last night because I have a good friend of mine and he's holding over 7 figures in the coin. And he's one of those guys where like he'll sell off a quarter of his position when we see that there's a dip coming. So like all of last night, I was kind of like, up until I was like, I'm just gonna go to sleep because we did this in the morning today. But and then the actual dip that we were waiting on last night showed up right when we were driving here. When I was driving here,
Wow.
and I was like, oh shit, there it is, 51 cents or 50 something cents.
Mm.
Because here's the beauty about Dogecoin, right? Like the reason why I think a lot of people like it is because if the token is at, it's been floating from 65 to 67 for the most part all day. Like, and then you see a dip to 54, right? 54 to 64 is 10 cents. 10 cents on 54 and 64 cents is about 15%. In the stock market, if you get 15% ROI, like you're like, oh, super successful, right? And so if you can do that and it's that volatile in literally hours, like, yeah, I'm gonna wait to see that dip at 50 something
Before you buy
and
it.
then buy in another 5, 10, 20,000 tokens so you could just like make yourself an extra G or 2 a day.
Yeah.
Man.
It's just capital, you know what I mean? And then it just depends how you want to play. Like some people want to hold, some people want to, whatever. Like I'm kind of just like scalping. That's what it's called. Like you just kind of like get your position, see a certain return, take out, wait for the next drop, come back in at the bottom, as close as you can to the bottom. And if you find yourself somewhere in between, close to the bottom and close to the top, like you could probably make a nice little 10 to 15, 20% a week.
Let me know when there's another dip, and I'm gonna jump in that bitch.
Yeah.
Buy wifey and I a couple more.
Yeah. No, you gotta just wait for that next support group and you're straight. Yeah, so right now it's like 6.3.
That's on Coinbase?
This is on Webull.
Oh. You invest in Coinbase?
Did I invest in Coinbase?
It's at 280 right now, isn't it?
No, I didn't. Because I knew
It was
where it
gonna
was. It was too high.
It was 342. Now it's like, yeah, I've been waiting for it to go lower. I don't know how much lower, but I'm glad I'm waiting.
Yeah. See, like, this is just today's like in and out. Like, since we started the pod, I'm up $250 because of that one singular dip, and it's because
And that was from last night.
no, this is from literally like, so like last night I bought in at a high position. Here, I'll tell you like my strategy. This is not for everybody, but like, so like I'll see.
And you are not a financial advisor.
I'm not a financial advisor.
We don't want to get sued. Or Mickey doesn't want to get sued.
told us. It just dropped.
No. So there was okay. So last night at 11 o'clock, I bought in at 68 cents. because I was like, if this shit goes up to 75, which is what we feel is the next price target, by we, my boy, and then at 1 a.m, I bought in at 64 cents. So now I shaved 4 cents off my average cost. And then I saw it dip again, bought in at 62 cents. And then this morning at 9 a.m, I bought in at 55. Then I bought in at 53. And then I think I did my biggest buy at 55 cents. And then 58 cents because I saw the trend going upward. And that was all at 9:04 a.m. We started recording at 9:15.
Yeah.
And so since then, I don't know, a $3,000 investment turned into, an extra $250, $300.
I had a friend that was hitting his girl from the back, and he was on his phone handling stocks while having sex. He had his phone on her ass.
Hey man, listen.
I didn't put it on their ass, but I've been there.
He
Just put it on there. Let's just move over here closer to the dresser, baby.
You get on top.
Can you imagine?
Right the dip.
Hey-o.
Hey. Oh man.
All right, we're out of here. We'll talk about Bill and Melinda Gates next time.
We
I
gotta talk
wanna
about them.
Yeah.
No, because I want to talk about. I want you guys to put yourself in his shoes and think, and why you would divorce.
You mean
A
why I
woman.
would get her whacked?
Yeah, okay, let's talk about it next 2 weeks. 2 weeks from now. All right. Before we get out of here, I wanted to say I have my first gig back.
Woo! Where we going? We going to Boston?
We're going to Dallas.
We're going to Dallas.
Oh shit! When we going
Yeah.
to Dallas?
No, we.
May 15th.
can't go.
Whiskey Garden's 6-year anniversary is going down. The previous owner, or the owner of it, his name is Emil. Shout out to him. He used to book me at Cameo. If you're from Dallas, Cameo is legendary. Yeah, I was a resident there in like 2011, 12. It's one of my favorite clubs ever. It was just nonstop energy. So I'm excited to reunite with him and to do this anniversary thing. So, shout out to Eddie Love, who'll be DJing as well. And I think Riz. I got to check the
nice.
flyer. But we're announcing it sometime today.
The DJ Riz?
Not from
From
there,
New York?
there's a Riz out in Dallas, right? Or
I
something
think
with
it's
an R and a Z.
Rev?
Is it Rev? I know Rev. Rev's. Shout out to Rev. Let me see here. I got yeah. Oh, Roz? Roz? All right. Shout
No
out to Roz.
disrespect to that guy.
Yeah, no disrespect. But yeah, man,
Did
Whiskey
you call
Gardens.
him or he call you?
He called me. He reached out to me. Got my rate. We out of here. And shout out to Corey, who's the GM, and we're celebrating his birthday as well.
Nice.
There you go.
And for the globalization, the DJs that you just heard were Mike Lowry and Mike Lowry from Double Down and Jesse Jess from Big Night. Shout out to those guys. Up next, we have, is it Q? Cool. From Florida. Y'all know his, you know what Cool does out there. He's the man out there. And that is it for us. Who's going with Cool?
Me.
Mickey.
You just got your mix
Just got the mix.
last night.
Nice.
Yeah.
You figured out Serato.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. And we are out of here.
Here.
Peace.